What's going on, guys? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey to talk about the trade that just went down between the Edmonton Oilers and the New York Rangers. The Rangers acquire Ryan Strome from the Oilers in exchange for Ryan Spooner. Two very different players in a sense that one could have a higher ceiling for offense than Ryan Spooner, where Ryan Strome has always been seen as this third line, two-way guy, but both in the same have struggled this season with both teams. And just to start this video off, I think this is a trade that is trying to change the players' scenery, trying to change their atmosphere, environment between two teams that really haven't done great so far this season, potentially have done better than what the internal expectations were going into the season. For both players only having, I believe, 2 points each, it's really coming down to Ryan Strome really didn't have the best fit even coming in. He came from the Islanders, and Spooner for the Rangers came from Boston in that Rick Nash trade. So just to break down the stats, guys, I want to pull up Ryan Strome stats first. So 2 points, like I said, in 18 games. He has 358 games under his belt, 162 points. Ryan Strome in between the Islanders and Oilers. The Rangers have really lost a few players in the last couple of years. Obviously, players getting old with the Rangers system. And guys like Zuccarello, who are on expiring deals. For both teams, this gives an extra year of term. So both players will expire at the end of 2019-2020. Ryan Strome is on a $3.1 million deal. Spooner's on a $4 million deal. The only difference that will come out of contracts for these two teams is Ryan Spooner will be retained $900K from the Rangers. So the Rangers will retain that $900K on the AAV for this year and next year in 2019-2020. Just to even out the cap, because really at the end of the day, both players are really similar in a sense. One's 26, one's 25. We're comparing, I think Spooner was born in January, so we're comparing 6 months apart, and points, as you can see when I pull up Spooner stats here, you can see he's got 160 points, 162. They're so similar in terms of production in their career so far, and really only 60 to 70 games off in terms of production and in terms of experience. So I was doing this live. So Jack Ryan says, I hate New York Islanders for ruining Strome's development. Bodo says Rangers are dumping for some reason. Connor, go Leafs go. Canucks says hi. Why didn't I hear about this, Cyber Shade? Jack Ryan says, friendly reminder that the Oilers traded Hall and Everly for Larson and Strome. Yeah, so the Oilers, obviously, you can look at their trade history, and it comes down to you lost a guy like Everly who, hasn't done phenomenal compared to what his expectations were coming out of what he did in World Juniors with Canada. But I know Lee Dino asked who won the trade. Really, this trade isn't one that you can say can be won right now. It's really two players that are really struggling. And in my opinion, like I said at the start of the video, Spooner may have a little more offensive upside, some more offensive a ceiling to them. They're the same age. They're at the point where it's now or never for these guys. So the fact that they're really struggling, I think, as much as it's for the teams to maybe get to rejuvenate these two players individually, it really, I think, can benefit these two players, specifically Ryan Spooner, who really, at the end of the day, when he got traded from Boston, not getting enough ice time, got the opportunity right away to play with the Rangers, who were kind of not looking for at the end of the last 20 games, they weren't looking to try to sneak into the playoffs, rather than they were trying to kind of fall a little bit into the standings and get a top 10, top 15 draft pick. So I think if Spooner gets more ice time with Edmonton, maybe you see him playing with Draisaitl or McDavid, really up in the air. But we've seen guys like Ty Rattie, Puljujarvi, Drake Caggiula play with guys like that. So I think Spooner will be given every opportunity at the end of the day to be given that ice time. So thank you guys all for DMs here. How's it going? Trip and Deuces says, who won? See, like I said, guys, it's a 1-for-1. You can't really, if it was when I talked about the Eberle for Strome, when I talked about that a while ago, that one, in my opinion, I always said we were talking about cap. This deal is literally cap is matched up. The Rangers are retaining $900K, so both players will have a 3.1 AAV. And for Spooner and Strome. They both have only 2 points. Their career numbers are almost mirrored to each other. We're only like off of about 60 to 70 games of experience. So I guess I could say possibly Edmonton because they're getting more of a potential of a top 6 to top 9 guy, where really Strome has been stuck as a third line center winger like Max. But the Rangers are trying to get more depth. I think that's where they're just trying to build around, because at the end of the day, the Rangers have more of a system, more of prospects in place. Where I think you guys have heard me talk about it many times, Edmonton has screwed their system up so much that really all their prospects are either busted at this point or really underperforming. So I think the Rangers are getting more of a role player here in Strome, where Spooner definitely has maybe some more untapped offensive potential. But in the sense, they're both two-way players. They're both, at the end of the day, as much as I'm trying to give Spooner a little more room to improve, both players at the end of the day are probably going to be third-line guys on their respective teams that they're going to. So thank you guys so much. I'm just going to go over the comments because I am doing this live for you guys that are watching after. Trip and Deuces. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you guys are new, says I hope he does good with us. Not sure who you're talking about, but like I said, just to end the video, I do hope for these two guys in particular, I hope they do well with their new teams, especially seeing a guy like Strome going from the Islanders to the Oilers. He really didn't improve as a player. He had a couple spurts where he saw ice time, like I said, with guys like Draisaitl, but those were very short spurts. He really has only seen third line time with guys on the Oilers that really aren't that great. No offense, but so I do hope both these guys do good with their new respective teams. Like I said, we're going to have to wait to see who wins this deal because their numbers are so close. And at the end of the day, it really is just a trade to give these two players a new scenery. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. And then, yeah, so this is John from Hot Take Hockey, guys. Thank you. Subscribe. Peace out.